King of the North! King of the North! King of the North! What's going on, guys? I finally caught up to Game of Thrones season 1 through 5. I finally caught up. I'm on season 6 right now. I'm caught up. I'm ready for the new episode, but I'm not talking season 6. I'm talking season 1 through 5, spoiler talk, and where have I been? Man, I wish, this is what I am. I always get into the series like when it's later on. Like I got into Breaking Bad when it was later on, Sons of Anarchy when it was done. Now Game of Thrones. I think I heard that there's 2 more seasons left of Game of Thrones, and it sucks because I really love Game of Thrones. That's right. For the longest time I said I would not get into Game of Thrones, but I have fallen. I have been beheaded. And I love Game of Thrones. It's really awesome. So I wanted to talk, before I start doing the reviews, because I like to binge watch, from episode 1 throughout, then start reviewing. Like One Piece, I'm about so many chapters away, and then I'll be reviewing One Piece. But we're talking Game of Thrones, and I gotta say, my favorite character in Game of Thrones has to be Jon Snow. I can't believe it's Jon Snow because I'm like, that's so typical, right? Jon Snow. But actually, Jon Snow is a really great underdog kind of character I really like, especially with this dire wolf ghost. Pretty awesome. And I really like Khaleesi. I like Khaleesi a lot. I think Khaleesi is somewhat similar to Jon Snow, where she's came from nothing, that she was supposed to have the throne, and then now she's rising up again, but she's making mistakes along the way, which is pretty crazy. Other than them, I know there's another one, but I can't really think who was my third favorite. I think it would be Tyrion. I think it'd be definitely Tyrion. I love Tyrion. I love Peter Dinklage in this role. Before I got into Game of Thrones, I was like, what is like Peter Dinklage? Why is everybody hyping Peter Dinklage so much? Like, what? Who is he? Is he like? I didn't think he was even part of the family. I thought he was like maybe like somebody scheming to get to the throne or something like that, or just like a politician type of dude. But no, he's actually the imp. He's the imp. He's the reject of the Lannisters family. I like to call him Lancaster, but they're Lannister family, and I really like him. And honestly, he's teetering to become second place on my list as favorite characters, because I really like Tyrion. I think Tyrion he's the most kind-hearted out of the Lannisters. He's smart. He can't fight, and when he does try to, he tries. I think I like about him is he really tries. I like he's very funny. I mean, this guy is overall, he's a very likable character, especially with a lot of the shit that he's been through. So I really like Tyrion. What I don't get, so when we're talking about Game of Thrones, I do like the aspect of the Starks. This is about the Starks, really, and this is about the Lannisters. And this is about these two families, how much they just really, a lot of fucked up shit happening on both sides of the family. A lot of fucked up shit. The Starks, of course, are just scattered, and so are the Lannisters. If you think about it, the Lannisters are scattered as well throughout the seasons. I mean, I can't remember her name, but the Queen, Jaime's sister, and then Jaime. Jaime's come a long way as well. I really despised him in the beginning, but actually I'm starting to really like him because he's really softening up, and I really like Jaime right now. I really like Jaime and where he's been, where he was, and now where he is right now. But his sister, this chick, oh my god! Like the only episode I saw Game of Thrones before I started binge watching it was when she was walking naked, and they're saying shame. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Now I know why she confessed her sins, or why they had her stripped naked and stuff. I don't feel sorry for her because that's kind of what she gets, but overall, like, it is saddening to see that her, even though how much as Joffrey was such an asshole, like her kids are dying off. Her kids are getting picked off. I mean, her daughter being, that was fucked up, being poisoned, when going back home and knowing the fact that, Jaime is her father and accepted it a long time ago. Like, it's fucked up that her kids are just dying off. Joffrey did need to go, though. Joffrey was such an evil son of a bitch. But it was crazy? Like, a lot of people were hyping Joffrey up. But honestly, let me just put my charger there. But honestly, like, I thought he was gonna last longer, and I thought he was gonna be in the show longer. So him as a villain, there wasn't too much of him as well. I thought there was gonna be a lot of Joffrey, but there wasn't that much. The actor who was in Batman Begins, who plays Joffrey, excellent job. Excellent job being a villain. You know, he really did a great acting job. This guy gets death threats and this and that, but and then, you know, he's the king who beheaded Ned Stark, and I really did like Ned. I was hoping that I knew he got beheaded. I was hoping he'd go to maybe the second season, but he didn't. That's fine, because that's what really propelled the story even further. Because we had the war with, you know, after Ned's death, we had Robb, King of the North, you know, and his mom going to war with the kingdom and Lannisters, you know, and everything. But I did like Ned. Well, Joffrey, I really liked him as a villain. I just think we needed more. I think I wanted more of Joffrey. I thought we needed more of Joffrey, and that he didn't really. He put his name out there, and we remember it, but he really didn't just, you know, keep that name there. So I just think we need more Joffrey. But the bastard Bolton, Lord Bolton, the bastard Bolton's son, that dude is just. He might be worse than Joffrey, honestly. The way he tortured, now I get some of the names wrong. Greyjoy, the way he tortures Greyjoy is absolutely insane. Now I despise Greyjoy, especially when he turned on Robb and everybody. But the fact, like, this guy's dick got cut off, and this guy's like eating a sausage in front of him, like, oh, I'm sorry. Just the way he played him, like, dude, this Bolton, Lord Bolton. He's such an asshole, and this guy is just terrible, and I think he's worse than Joffrey in my opinion. Greyjoy was actually, I was neutral about Greyjoy until, like, he betrayed Robin, and I hated him, and then after a lot of the shit, and then, you know, Bolton made him just really fucked up his whole thing, and telling him that, yeah, you're Reek now, you are not Theron, you are Reek. Like, it was, oh my god, like, I kind of feel bad for the guy. Nobody wants to see somebody's dude's fucking dick get chopped off. That's, like, the most fucking horrible thing to do, especially when you're playing around with him before that happens. It's fucked up. So, there's a lot of characters. It sucks because I only have 15 minutes on to do this because I saw that strike. But like to talk, there's a lot to talk about Game of Thrones. I love the dragons. I'm very shocked though that there's not a lot of the dragons. I'm very shocked that the dragons haven't raided any. Like I thought Khaleesi's at this point would actually raid like a city or something like that with those dragons, like a major city, like really go towards the throne. But she's not even there yet. She's definitely not there yet. She doesn't even know how to really control the dragons yet. But well, right now she is. But beforehand, she just couldn't. She didn't know. Like they were kind of killing humans at one point, or that one killed a human. So her baby's gonna be pissed. But honestly, like, yeah, I'm just absolutely shocked that Khaleesi is still where she's at. You know. Also, the fact that Drogo didn't do very much. Like, I thought a lot of people were talking about Drogo, and I'm like, dude, this fucker all he did was just marry Khaleesi's, and he didn't even fight. Like, Jason Momoa never got to fight. I mean, I would love to see him fight once and then die, but he died from a little scratch, honestly. No, he died because of his ignorance, but that was kind of disappointing with Drogo. But there's so many great things about the show, but the problem I have with a lot of it was the Starks. As much as I like the Stark family, Jon Snow and everything, I'll get to Jon Snow in a minute. Even Robb, I love Robb. But the problem with the Starks is that they're idiots. They're stupid. They do stupid stuff. I like Bran. There's also points where they can all meet up or they can see each other, but they don't. They choose not to. It's just absolutely crazy how many stupidity mistakes that the Starks do. Also, I like Iola, I believe her name is. James always tells me, like, it's Iola or something like that. I like her. She hasn't become the badass she's starting to become the badass that I think she could be. She's not there yet. I do like her. I do like I said, Jon Snow. I liked Robb. I really liked Robb. I thought Robb, and of course, it's crazy. Robb and Jon really look like brothers. I thought Robb leading, the charge, but he was an idiot to think that the king was just gonna forgive him, was gonna, or the king of that whatever it was gonna forgive him for not marrying his daughter and making her queen. Like he was an idiot to think that he was just gonna, just say, oh, whatever, give me your guy. That was the stupidest thing that Rob could do. Could trust this guy to thinking that this guy would just like let you go like that. And what happens is like the red wedding happens, and fuck, dude, the red, like I heard little bits of parts, like little things about red wedding, but I didn't know exactly what the red wedding was. But I was sitting on my chair, not watching. The episode's not even called the Red Wedding, because when I was doing HBO Demand, it had a different name for it. So I was waiting for the Red Wedding. So I'm like, oh, the Red Wedding's probably not going to happen until the season finale. And I'm on my chair, right? And then of course you have Rob, having a merry old time. You have his wife pregnant, and then when that guy goes with his shank and shanks the shit out of the baby and her, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I am fucking tripping out. Like, the Red Wedding was just as bad as everybody said. It was a slaughterhouse. And not only that, the fact that Rob got arrows, it reminded me a lot of Bonnie and Clyde, especially with the arrows in him. And, he sees his wife as dead. His mother, like, pleading for his life, has the other younger wife by the throat. And then Rob just being just killed off. It was crazy. And then the mom still slicing the young king's young wife's throat, and then her throats get slashed. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. That was a crazy ass episode. I was like, oh my god, dude, the King of the North is dead. There's a lot of betrayal in this series, which is absolutely insane. Especially oh my god, I don't give a fuck. I despise Littlefinger for what he did to Ned. Especially, it's just that one scene where he just like comes up from behind him, like, I told you were right for not to trust me. Like, I was like, fuck you, Littlefinger, fuck you, man. So Littlefinger's a little dick, honestly. And also, there's so much betrayal in here. I loved how Tyrion killed off his father, though, and how it was fucking sad that his whore, his love of his life was fucking like the king at the, and she betrayed him, because when Tyrion was in trial for murdering Joffrey, like, she betrayed him, and I was like, fuck, that's fucked up. Like, there's a lot of fucked up shit in here that's pretty, just pretty messed up, and there's a lot I could cover, but I don't have too much time. But what I really do like also is I like the characters. I like the Hound. I thought the Hound was a great character. It was pretty fucked up how he was left to die. I like Bree, the big lady who's Captain Phasma, Bree or something like that. I like her. She's really awesome. I really like her character a lot. I don't like Jean Grey. I call her Jean Grey because it's the chick who, the Lady Stark. She had multiple opportunities to leave, to go to her family, but she fucked up every opportunity. She didn't go. She's an idiot. I like Bran. I love the direwolves. I really love the direwolves. I really like Jon Snow because of the fact that he is the bastard, and he is trying to do good. I love the relationship with him and Ygritte. It sucks that Ygritte, when she died, I knew she was gonna die. I was like, you just had that feeling that she was gonna die. It just wasn't gonna work. But I love those two together, and I love Jon. I loved how Jon is so committed to the Watch. But not only the Watch, like, he was trying to do good for the Watch, and the Watch betrayed him, and the fact that he's back alive was great. So, and the white zombies are fucking fantastic. When the Wild Things and Jon were fighting the white zombies, like, it's slapped on Walking Dead TV show. Mike, you gotta watch Game of Thrones, buddy. We gotta talk. I want to thank you guys for listening. I'm Dan Making Dan's son. This is my kind of just talking a little bit about Game of Thrones 1 through 5 seasons, because I'm gonna be reviewing it from now on, and I'm on board, guys. I love the show, and fuck, King of the North. Technically, I could be King of the North because I live in like towards the north. King of the North. So my watch has ended. See you guys.